Philipp Hartmannsgruber is here straight out of Munich and sharing with us how Bitcoin is going to change the world, or how Munich will use Bitcoin to change the world. And I want to leave the introduction also to yourself, Philipp, because I think I would not be able to, share accurately all the wonderful things you're doing to build the community and ecosystem for Germany, for Europe, for Munich, and across the globe. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having me. I have to tell you first that I suffer like really hard from COVID right now. I was in the hospital yesterday. The doctor said I am not allowed to work and to speak a lot. So if I need a short break, maybe you can just take over, Yip.
Of course.
Okay, so I'm Philipp Hartmannsgruber. I'm 30 years old. I studied finance and accounting. I worked as a consultant for PwC for clients like Siemens and Osram, the merger, then for MAN, Trucks and Bus, and BMW. In that time, I already introduced companies to talk to each other and to do stuff on the blockchain. I was now 1 year head of corporates and digital markets of the Steam Equity AG. I built there a crypto portal that customers can buy and sell Bitcoin with a traditional bank. I worked as the head of operations of the Bundesblock. That's the biggest blockchain association in Germany with over 100 members, company members. I'm now head of DeFi and NFT of ITSA. We already heard a talk earlier about that. I'm the co-host of the Cryptoberfest. So it will be a 3-day event similar to Bits and Pretzels, but for crypto people. We have a tent on the 22nd of September at the Wiesen, and 400 people can join us there. We will see a talk later from Jens, my co-host, about that. I am leading a Swiss company, and we will set up 300 Bitcoin and crypto ATMs in Europe next year, and will be the market leader in that industry. And with my own consultancy, PJAH Consulting, it's like Philipp, Johannes, Albert, Hartmannsgruber. I have great contacts to the new government. I'm in the Liberal Party, the FDP, so I know all of the ministers. And today I will send the final draft for a new crypto taxation law in Germany, which hopefully will come into effect next year. I also had a talk with the advisor for 10 years from the European Commission to influence the MiCA regulation, because there are a few topics which are not good from a German or Munich perspective.
Also, just when you introduce terms such as MiCA, make sure that we explain what it is.
MiCA, it's the Markets and Crypto Assets Regulation. It will harmonize the blockchain laws in Europe. It will be in place hopefully in March or April in 2022. Then the countries in Europe have 18 months. In that time, they have to put it in their law. So they can't say anything against that. So we will have a new European regulation, and you need a European MiCA license to do business in crypto beginning next year. So
right.
In 2019, I found...
Hearing now, how are we going to do it?
Sorry?
Let's jump into, how Munich can use Bitcoin, or
Yes.
how Munich can think about Bitcoin. That would be super amazing.
One last thing, in 2019, I founded a non-profit NGO. I had some troubles with the regulation because my point of view, it's a non-profit and doesn't need to be regulated by the BaFin, Bundesanstalt für Finanzdienstleistungsaufsicht. but they see it differently. So I have to get lawyers on board to write legal opinions and that stuff. And Munich, okay, let's focus the last 10 minutes about the Munich ecosystem, because tomorrow I will host a workshop with like 8 leading blockchain community builders in Munich. We will start there to build a new Munich Blockchain Association. We would like to integrate students from LMU, TU, any university from Munich. I don't want to say any names yet, but you probably, if you're involved in Munich in blockchain, you will know everyone from them, because those are like the most influential blockchain persons in Germany. And I think that will be a great opportunity to start a real Munich community together, and not like everyone is building their own. I really appreciate all of the work like Jeep is doing, Theo is doing, Philipp Sandner, Isabel Welpe, David Wiedmann, and whatsoever. And if we put all of our energy together to build one Munich blockchain association, it will be huge. I will launch together with David a crypto cafe in the beginning of next year. So every interested blockchain person can come every day to us to talk about stuff. We will have our own metaverse corner. You can experience the metaverse. You can buy with Bitcoin, with the Lightning Network. We will have a crypto ATM in there, so you can change your cash into crypto and pay with that. All of the drinks will have different altcoin names. So we will really start a great community in Munich. And there are so many people who are moving to Munich because of that, because they see what I built, what we built together the last month. And it's like the best opportunity right now to start something open for everyone. And we don't need Berlin, actually. Like, we have here the Werksviertel in Munich, and it's like even better than Munich, than Berlin. So I think we can really do great stuff with that. I already talked to the Stadtrat, the government of Munich, about different topics, about will the Oktoberfest take place in 2022. For all of you who weren't able to participate the last 2 years because it wasn't there, it will be open. It will be strictly regulated who will come in and out. You get a band, and yeah, you need to be vaccinated or already COVID. So yeah, I think it will be really great to have the Oktoberfest again, to build a Munich community, to have our own crypto cafe. I will hire people, so if you like, you could join us. We are still looking for co-founders. We are looking for people who want to participate in the new Munich Blockchain Association. I actually need people to help myself because I have like 10 different projects, and I can't work like 100 hours per week anymore. So if you want to get involved in anything, I will share in the chat my link tree, and then you can just contact me or contact Deep. And yeah, I think we are heading in great times. Like, I'm in crypto since 2016. I was first introduced into Bitcoin in 2012. But back then I didn't understand it. Now I understand it, and I think Bitcoin is really the leading cryptocurrency, and it will not be overthrown by Ether or any other cryptocurrency, in my personal viewpoint. Because we have the biggest community behind that, the best and brightest developers. It will be a means of payment in a lot of countries, not just El Salvador, but also in Brazil, in Africa, in European countries. So there are already a lot of countries which are accepting Bitcoin as a currency. because they don't want to use US dollar because of political reasons. So they take the best cryptocurrency. And I'm a hodler since I first invested. I've never sold. I will never sell. I'm like Michael Saylor in that regard. Or if I need the money, I will. But I don't see why I should sell. And I heard the last days, wow, Bitcoin, what a price dump. It's only $50,000. Where did we, what was the price in March 2019? Like 3,000, 4,000? So since the beginning, we see only that direction. And I think that's reasonable. It's not a bubble. I'm working to build a green Bitcoin mining pool in Germany. I know the electricity is really expensive here, but I would like to do everything from Germany. And yeah, I think we can do good stuff with green energy. So then you can't say anything against that, against Bitcoin mining. Electricity, it's okay if you use it, and otherwise it couldn't be used. So that's why we just use the electricity where no other need is. And I think I see from the Green Party in Europe, like they would like to ban Bitcoin mining in Europe, and that is totally stupid because they don't understand Bitcoin. And sure, proof of stake is maybe better, but it's not that secure. It's more centralized. And yeah.
Maybe would be really helpful if you can explain to me, your fascination about Bitcoin. What's, in your view, the difference between Ethereum and so on, so that we can also follow your explanations about the mining and the staking and so on.
Bitcoin is a means of payment, a unit of account, and a store of value. So all three monetary functions are there with Bitcoin. And sure, would I want to buy stuff with Bitcoin? Not with the current regulation, because I don't want to pay income tax if I buy stuff with Bitcoin I've bought in the last month. Because we have in Germany the speculation period. If you buy Bitcoin, you can sell it after 1 year or buy stuff after 1 year, then it's tax and income free. But until then, until it's not a state accepted currency like euro, there is no reason why you should spend Bitcoin. But it can be a currency, and it is. In El Salvador, it is. And Ether has a different use case. Ether is not a means of payment. Ether is not decentralized, not decentralized enough. Ether is not kept by any numbers like 21 million Bitcoin. So you're in the old system, you're in the inflationary system. And Bitcoin is the opposite, it's deflationary. So the price will increase by design. And Ether is the other direction. And yes, now they changed from proof of work like Bitcoin to proof of stake. But in my personal opinion, proof of stake is good, but not as secure as Bitcoin.
You dropped in like a few jargon terminology, right? One is, what is decentralization? How can you explain it to someone who's never really thought about decentralization and its value to society or in general to the economy?
The most centralized asset is US dollar and then euro, because there are people who are pressing the button to print the money. With Bitcoin, you can't do it. You have a strict plan for the next 120 years, and then all of the Bitcoin will be mined. So there's not like pressing to double the speed of getting new currencies. And there's no single entity who could change anything in Bitcoin. You need the consent in the development teams. So it is, in my personal opinion, the most decentralized asset we have. And that is good, because there's not one person like a dictator who can dictate about anything. Like with Ether, with the Ethereum Foundation, we have a big player, big influential player. We have Vitalik, who was like a good dictator the last years, and now he stepped back, kind of. But there are still people in the foundation who can decide a lot, and that's different to Bitcoin.
What is
I see here all of the time questions, so I would like to go to the Q&A session.
Yeah, let's do that. So we have a question that's called the real Ethereum. What is that? Ask Christian asking.
You have Ether, Ethereum, and you have Ethereum Classic. You saw because of decentralization, it was possible to split it like that in those two currencies. For me, the real Ethereum is Ethereum like we see it now. We will have Ether 2.0 maybe next year. I don't know. They tell it like for the last 3 years. So right now, for me, the real Ethereum is Ether 1.0. But Yip, I would start from the beginning because there are like 10 questions before, I think.
Yeah, please.
Wonderful vision. Is it about me? How's climate marketing itself?
No. These are from the previous speaker.
Okay.
So maybe like, really to help everyone, because this is also the spirit of World Munich Forum, is to create equitability, and it comes with the ability to understand and follow the discussions. And we provide a fast ramp on by having speakers like you who are able to communicate very complex topics in very simple words, so that we don't have to spend 6 weeks studying papers and still don't understand the technology. So here we've been speaking about Bitcoin being a centralized store of value, and then we spoke about
decentralized of value.
A decentralized store of value. Then we spoke about Ether being a second version of service solutions that has a different use case. And now we were thinking about, hey, how do you apply all of this to the Munich ecosystem? Right now we heard about all these different ventures that you're kind of building for the ecosystem, but in which way does it make our life better?
Like, I try to tackle every industry.
Yes.
And like blockchain is the new internet. And we are right now in the year 1997 compared to the internet. So we are really early. So I really appreciate everyone who's here and who already understood the value of blockchain and cryptocurrencies. Thomas Köhler asked me, what's your input now? Don't understand. I don't understand the question. So if you please write more. So exciting. I want to go to Munich Crypto Cafe. Thank you. First customer, check. The real Ethereum is Ethereum Classic. Yeah, that's true. If you look, Ethereum Classic is the real Ether in that regard, that it was there from the beginning, and Ether, so ETH is the new Ethereum. That's true, but I don't want it to make it too complicated because no one cares about Ethereum Classic. No one is using that. And Ether has a totally different use case. So even if Ether underwent a chain rollback, okay, why is proof of work more secure compared to proof of stake? It's easy. Like with proof of stake, if you have 51% of the stake, you can do a lot. And there's no one who can get again above that average. And if you have proof of work and there is someone with 51%, it can't do that much. And then there will be people like me who will set up ASICs, who will mine Bitcoin, and then we get again about above the 50%. And nothing happened because the reward is paid out for Bitcoin mining after, I think, 10 blocks. So that's 100 minutes. And in that time, I will set up so many ASICs that there can't be any attacks. So proof of work is definitely more secure than proof of stake. So do you really think Bitcoin's use case will be that of a currency? Why would someone buy something with an appreciating asset? True, but then exchange, like you buy stuff with Bitcoin and at the same time you buy more Bitcoin. So you're buying Bitcoin all of the time because you want to get rid of fiat money. You don't want to have fiat like euro on your balance sheet. So it will be like a directly swap from euro to Bitcoin. And then you pay it with the Lightning Network. You don't pay any fees. It will be transmitted instantly like PayPal. So we have already infrastructure, but you can't, like you have the first layer of Bitcoin with the 10 minutes mining periods and maximum capacity of transactions. But that's not the layer for payments. You have a second layer like Lightning or like PayPal. PayPal could be the second layer of Bitcoin because you pay like with PayPal in euro, but Bitcoin will be spent. So you have already the infrastructure. I rather see the Bitcoin infrastructure use the settlement as such. Yeah, okay, that I just explained. Can something like the DAO problem happen again with Ether? Yes.
What was the DAO problem, please?
The DAO problem was that there was a smart contract, which was coded and it was coded wrongly. And then there was an exploit and the DAO incident happened. So there was the decision, do we give the money back to the people who invested, or should we keep it like it is and get the money of the investors stolen? They decided for the first option, so they rolled it back. That is when the split happened. Ethereum Classic said, yeah, let's keep it everything like it is. And Ethereum said, no, we want to refund the investors. That was the DAO problem in simple terms. So it was like an exploit of a poorly written smart contract. Okay, do we have more questions?
You know, maybe we can use a few minutes also to speak about what actually would happen if now governments and citizens and so on don't catch up on understanding the technology. Why is it actually so important to learn about blockchain technology and cryptocurrencies? What's the downside of not knowing about it? Could we not live the life as we are having right now, a beautiful life, without owning Bitcoin and Ethereum and so on?
The question is, what is your work? What are you working on? And if you work in the wrong industry, you get overthrown by new technology. That's like how the world runs since thousands of years, actually. And blockchain will change a lot. It will change like step by step, not like overnight, but you have to educate yourself. And I do that every day, like for the last 6 years. And like on a scale from 1 to 10, how much do I understand Bitcoin? I would say I'm on the level 6 because there can't be a 10 because no one can know everything about Bitcoin because it is changing so fast. There are so many new implementations. You have to understand the code, which I understand maybe partly, but not fully. And yeah, so educate yourself if you're interested in that. You have like the most valuable thing you need. It's like seeing a new technology and valuing that, and then you do what you want. You can do a study at the Frankfurt School of Finance Blockchain Center, or in the University Mittweida, I think. There are so many online courses from BTC Echo and Binance Academy and whatsoever. Like there are hundreds or thousands of possibilities how you can educate yourself. Okay, there's I think that's an explanation about the DAO hack.
Yes, Max Mering is asking, can you sum up again now as a wrap up also of our session together? How can Bitcoin be used in Munich in the near future?
Okay, there are like in the new coalition paper, in the paper of the Liberal Party, called Freihandelszonen. So special cities which have more freedom to explore new projects. And I would like to have it in Munich and to use Bitcoin in, like, let's say 1,000 stores in Munich to pay not with your credit card, but with Bitcoin, with a QR code or anything like that. So that could be a possibility to start paying with the cryptocurrency in Munich. We have a lot of different communities here in Munich. We want to put together with a new to found Munich Blockchain Association. We will have a crypto cafe in Munich where everyone is invited to join and to talk about crypto and metaverse and all of the interesting topics. And we have events like the Cryptoberfest, where you can talk to other like-minded people, where you can listen a whole day to speakers with like 800 other members. And then the final showdown will be in the Oktoberfest Wiesn in the tent for networking, drinking, and partying. So I think we combine a lot of different aspects here in Munich. And I think Munich will be the hub #1 in Germany beginning in 2022.
Yeah, we're building it together right now. We thank you very much, Philipp, for sharing all the initiatives of how you're building ecosystem, and not only in Munich, but actually for Europe, for Germany, and for the world. So great honor to have you with us. Now we have a little break before, in 2 minutes, actually our next speaker will be sharing about one of these projects Philipp is co-hosting and that he has mentioned, which is the Cryptoberfest. So we welcome our new moderator for the room, who is Karsten from UNIT, also to guide us through the conversation with Jens. I myself, I will go to room 2, and there we will present a few use cases from the 6 weeks UNIT Masters program. So today we have graduation from the 6 weeks program. It's a free 6 weeks blockchain literacy program. It's free because we care, like I said, at UNIT, that everyone is able to speak blockchain, to think blockchain, to understand how to build crypto currencies or tokens, so that we can all change the world. So please join here in room 2 if you want to see students' presentations, and stay here if you want to learn about how the Cryptoberfest will be run 2022 and how 800 people will sit together and shape Munich's future. Thank you all very much for attending. Thank you, Philipp.
Thanks.